Hello! I am really excited today because I have something really cool to show you. I'm amazed that this works and this exists. So what we have today is vanilla nanoblocks, and this is really cool. So over here we have Steve. I've built him to kind of showcase this and to kind of give you kind of a comparison from what a normal structure looks like and a nanoblock structure looks like. So without further ado, let me show you the nanoblocks. So here is normal Steve, here is nano Steve. So we can sort of look at that a little bit and we can give it a 360. So around here, like that. Now you see over there, and that is Nano Steve. These are nano blocks. I can kind of give you a comparison of the size of a person. Around there. Oh. So as you can see, they are very small in comparison to regular blocks. They're actually 1/16 the size of a regular block, thus nano blocks. So how do these work? Because it's actually very simple. And I can show you how they work by going into game mode 3. So as you can see, faintly, this is a villager, a baby villager, with a block on its head. It's quite simply just that. So in one of the recent snapshots, blocks can now be placed on mobs' heads via replace item, and as it so happens, blocks can be placed on villagers' heads, and because villagers have baby villagers and you can place blocks on the heads, for some reason they scale down. They don't scale down on things like baby zombies, but for some reason they scale down on baby villagers, and we get these tiny little nano blocks. So to actually get it to work, it's still quite simple, but there are some things you need to take into mind. So first off, what you need to do is you need to obviously summon the villager. So you just need to summon a villager. It needs to be a baby villager, and it needs to be invulnerable just for things. And it should also be riding a wither skull. Now, he's riding a wither skull for various reasons. One of those things is so that he doesn't run around. Once you've summoned him, you want to just give him the block that you want to miniaturize via the replace item command. But the thing is that even if you do all these, villagers or any entity really have this annoying habit of turning around. So you can actually immobilize them, but they'll still turn on the spot, turn their head, and that's not what we want because it needs to look like a static block. So to stop them from looking around, all you have to do is you have to teleport them about 100 blocks in any direction. So I'm using 100 positive X. So use that command on a very fast clock, so a fill clock or a set block clock. And basically that will prevent the entity from moving its head, spinning around, and it will just look straight on and just act as if it's frozen. And really, that's all there is to it. It's really simple, and it was not possible before baby villagers had the ability to wear blocks on the head. So it's pretty new. It's pretty cool. There are actually some things I need to mention though. So there is actually a little bit of an issue with double planing, I believe it's called. So as you can see, if I get really close, you can see that some of the blocks actually overlap one another. And the reason that's happening is because, as I mentioned, they are a 1/16 of the size of a block, but they're not quite. They're a little bit bigger, and because of that, you get this planing issue. So when you use it on blocks of the same type or similar colour, you can't really see it at all unless you get really close. But, you know, on blocks that contrast, so black, light pink and white, you can kind of see it quite obviously. So take that into consideration. Again, these are entities, so if I press F3 you can see I actually have 240 entities on the screen. So this is to be used sparingly. This isn't to be used in gigantic builds because you just can't use that many entities. It's just for small little details here and there. But nevertheless, it's really cool and definitely something that I I'm very excited to see what people can do with. If you learned something from this video, a like is always appreciated. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.